Anime is inspiring because it tells stories that we can all relate to. But what inspired those stories? Would you like to find out? Join me as we take a look at anime and go all the way back. To where it all started. This is history. This is mythology. This is anime origins. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys saw that. That was the intro to Anime Origins. This week I updated it, so all the audio on that was brand new. So you're kind of hearing the new remastered version of the theme song. Big station to everybody out there. Huge station. And this is Anime Origins Live. This is my 250 subscribers special. I'm so excited to have you all here. I'm so happy. Dude, 250 subs. Took us a while to get there, but we got here. So I'm super excited. So I mean, this is Anime Origins, and today we're going to be talking about the character called Nezha, and okay, his name is pronounced Naja, as in Nadja, but I'm going to call him Nezha a bunch of times because that's just how it's spelled, and that's just how my brain works. So anyway, we're going to be talking about Naja today. And so without further ado, so I both love and hate the character of Nezha because I have so many theories about which characters were influenced by him, but my research doesn't support any of my theories. Putting that aside, we're hopping straight into this. This is history. This is mythology. This is Anime Origins Live, Nezha. So what I love about the character Nezha really is that he can be depicted either as a boy or a girl a lot of the time, which is cool. So Nezha's legend is detailed in the ancient Chinese novel The Feng Sheng Yan Yi, or the investiture or the origin of the gods. By the way, just to point out here, I'm going to be doing the whole origin, and then I'm going to take questions at the end. So the investiture of the gods. This is written in the 16th century, and it was written by a man named Zhu. I believe his name is pronounced Zhu Zhongling, and Nezha's legend itself is based off a Hindu god story named Nalakuvara. And also he's kind of tied in with Krishna, just because in Hinduism Krishna was another what was it? Another baby that did amazing things. So the legend goes like this. So there were a man and a woman. One was named Li Jing, which means like the protector of like or he was a general of heaven, and he had a wife named Lady Yi, and she became pregnant, and she was pregnant for 3 years and 6 months, which is actually really amazing. And after 3 years and 6 months, she gave birth to what was by all means looking like a ball of flesh. It was really weird and kind of gross. But after his father tried to like stab the ball of flesh because he thought like a demon had come out of his wife, Nezha came out of this ball and presented himself to his parents, and everybody thought he was weird because he was a baby that could talk, and he had superhuman strength, which was really cool. So just a little bit on Nezha's name. So in Hindu, his name comes from Nalakuvara. That eventually, the translation of Nalakuvara into Chinese is Naluojipulo, and that eventually got just torn apart, corrupted, and brought him to his name now, which is Nezha. Although the American translations are calling it Nezha. So even to this day, the name is still being butchered. I totally agree with you, Comic Culture. I don't like this version, the film version of Nezha, what they did here. Not only because the film version pronounces it Nezha, but also because it just looks gross. It just looks bad. So anyway, Nezha's name means the god of desire. Later on, he's called the Grand Marshal of the Central Altar, and he's also known as the Third Lotus Prince. So eventually in his story, he goes on to befriend the son of the Dragon King, and he was known as Ao Bing, and it's also kind of implied in there that they might have been lovers at a time. But pretty much in the story, what happens is Nezha and Ao Bing are play fighting, as kids will tend to do. And Nick, I did say Zhang Li. Or no, I said Zhang Ling. Anyways, so they're play fighting, and Nezha doesn't know his own strength because he's just a kid, and he accidentally ends up killing Ao Bing. So, pretty much what happens after that is, he is faced with having to fight the 4 celestial dragons. You guys are saying there's a lot of static on the audio. I don't know what to do about the static, guys. My internet is not doing well right now. I have it plugged in with the Ethernet cable, but I don't know what to tell you. This has never happened before. Oh, okay. There. It must have just reconnected the audio. Um, okay. I'll go. I'll rewind a little bit. So, um, he has to fight the four celestial dragons, and one of them is the Dragon King. Dragon King's really pissed. He's like, "You killed my son. Now you have to die, or else I'm going to flood the entire world." And so Nezha feels really, really bad about this, and about killing his friend. And so Nezha does the only thing he thinks makes sense, which is he commits suicide. He kills himself to make up for everything and to save the world at large. So once he dies, he's an errant spirit. He died as a boy and doesn't really know where to go in the afterlife. So he comes to his mother in a dream and he says, "Can you build a temple for me so my spirit has a place to go after I die?" And his mother, feeling like her son had come back to her, she goes and builds a temple. Now, his father felt like he had brought too much shame on their family, and so his father completely burnt down the temple. He just completely destroyed it, and honestly, this pretty much made Nezha pretty angry. So, in like a fit of rage, he goes after his father and his teacher, who is named his teacher is named Tai Zhenren, and Tai Zhenren, Tai Zhenren resurrects Nezha. So he's been dead. Tai Zhenren, his teacher, resurrects him, and he resurrects him by using lotus roots. So now Nezha's body is made of lotus roots. And lotuses in Chinese and Japanese mythology and stuff, more Chinese, they represent rebirth. So that's that goes along with the story well. So anyway, Nezha goes after his father, and he's like really, really angry. And so Tai Zhenren, his teacher, tricks him and has him eat some magical jujubes. I'm not kidding. In the story, it actually says magical jujubes, which is honestly really, really interesting that they would phrase it like that. Anyways, he eats these 3 magical jujubes and pretty much goes into his ultimate form, which is what we kind of accept as Nezha's god state. He has 3 heads and between 6 and 8 arms, depending upon which depiction which drawing he's being depicted in. And he has the red armillary sash, which you will see in pretty much any depiction of Nezha. And he has the fire-tipped spear, and pretty much the number one thing that links Nezha to his god form or represents him is he now has the ability to run, to move quickly, and he can fly on wheels that are made of fire that are under his feet. And so yeah, he's pretty cool in this form. Oh, and then it's not depicted in this picture specifically, but he also has what's called the universe ring, which is a weapon, a chakram, technically, that he can use to attack people, which is really, really cool. So at this point, he goes into his form, and he chases after his father. So I just have to preface stop at this point really quickly to say, in most of the stories about Nezha, they kind of end the story before this whole father thing, and Nezha comes back, defeats the Dragon King, and is hailed as a hero for the rest of time. And so that's usually the end of the story there. But the actual legend says that Nezha chases after his father, tries to kill him for all the stuff that his father like did to him, and his brothers try to stop him. He actually murders his brother in this rampage, and the only way he's stopped is by the intervention of two Buddhas. And there's a point where his father is about to commit suicide because he's so scared of being killed by Nezha, and the Buddhas stop his father and stop Nezha, and so that kind of ends Nezha's legend, and then Nezha returns in Journey to the West, which I talked about back in one of my most popular videos, Anime Origins Sun Wukong the Monkey King. So in Journey to the West, he's known as the Grand Marshal of the Central Gate. He joins Heaven's armies under the Jade Emperor and is guarding this gate. And eventually, Sun Wukong comes along. And Sun Wukong, as you remember in the story, is like a super rebellious monkey man who is fighting against all of the armies of heaven to try to be the best. And so eventually him and Nezha have to fight, Nezha being a general of heaven. But then once Sun Wukong rebels against the Jade Emperor, then Nezha goes along to join him, and he helps him out on some of the tougher missions in Journey to the West when they're fighting particularly difficult demons. And so that's really, really cool. Story kind of ends there. At one point, for helping out the Monkey King, eventually the final resting place of Nezha is he is trapped in a garden and put under hypnosis, and that's where he stays. He pretty much stays in a trance-like state for the rest of time, really. That's pretty much the end of the story of Nezha. So
now it's time to draw some parallels.
So these are direct inspirations, and you're going to see me rant a little bit here. So, pretty much the most direct inspiration to anime for Nezha is Chaozu from Dragon Ball. I don't understand this at all. I don't get it. How does Chaozu look anything like Nezha? Like, I know Chaozu is supposed to be based on Chinese ghosts, but Chaozu has nothing in common with Nezha at all. So I have no idea why they said he's based on that. Sanji was really influenced by Nezha. You can definitely see that in the his legs can actually set on fire. He's able to walk on air, stuff like that. The audio is cracking again. I'm sorry, guys. That's just I'm really trying. So the other characters are ones I didn't know very well. There's Nataku from I believe the anime is called Soul Slayers, something like that. I'm not sure. There's Nataku from the anime called Sayuki, which kind of details the whole story of Nezha. And then there's also Nataku from Fire Force. Fire Force is a newer anime. Now these are my own theories. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So 3 heads, 6 arms. Like the balls around him are kind of like a sash. He fights with like poles, spear things. Naruto is Nezha. Change my mind. How could that not go like transfer over? Then there is Luffy Gear 4th. Luffy Gear 4th, obviously inspired by Nezha, like you can see it. There's the wreath of smoke that is just like the sash. There's the flames on his body. There's the fact that he's literally walking on air. Yeah, the parallels are amazing. And then honestly, I honestly think Nezha really represents like the ascended transformations of anime characters. I mean, how can you look at Vegeta charging up and stuff like that and not see the relation to the story of Nezha, you know? I mean, freaking My Hero Academia has Nejire in it. Nejire, name sounds exactly like Nezha. She's floating on spirals of electricity, and like in the first episode of season 5, she like, I know it's tape from another character, but the sash looks like almost exactly in the same form as what is it as in Naja's. And I mean, there's just some things you can't deny. King using his spirit spear, true spirit spear chastity foal, looks exactly like Nezha using his spear. And also, I'm not sure about this one. This one's kind of weak, but I think Shadow the Hedgehog could have had a little bit of inspiration from Nezha, especially since unlike Sonic, who uses feet, Shadow actually has wheels in his shoes. But the color scheme, the kind of flame imagery is like that. So honestly, if you're looking at anime and you see like a character who has like a big long sash, or their feet are on fire, or they can walk on fire or the air or something like that, there's little bits of references to Naja in that. Like, those are my theories, but they're similarities that are too blatant to ignore. Fable just pointed out he has the rings. That is very true. But yeah. Yes. That's all I have for you guys on Anime Origins today. I will be taking questions after this, but check this out because it's really, really cool.
You're me, so naturally you're good. But you're still not tough enough to handle Super Saiyan 4. Gogeta! Win!
Alright. That's the end of the actual video. I will be taking questions now. If anybody has any questions or wants to talk about anything, you can ask questions about the video. You can ask questions about any anime. Or hey, if you want to know stuff about the channel, since we are at 250, go right ahead. Let's look back through the chat here a little bit. Nick Comic Culture said, "Is that an SSJ5?" I think the part you had mentioned this at was the part where I had Luffy on the screen, and no, Luffy is not even a Saiyan. Get with the picture. TM Nerdy says Vegeta is Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, pretty much. He's also Sasuke. They say, guys, King from Seven Deadly Sins is legit awesome. He is awesome. He's really, really cool. Thanks, Fable, for saying that was great. Chamorro says, great class, Afro. Congrats on 250. Thank you so much, man. Big Herm says, LeMayo, the world is so fragile. It is when you're up against two fused Super Saiyans. Fable, why do all anime have evolution / level up themes? God, great question, Fable. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say you're wrong, because not all anime does. There's romance animes that do not. And there's sports animes that don't. But I mean, I think evolution and level up themes are just they're eye candy for people. I mean, seriously, and they inspire you. I mean, if we didn't have evolution and level up moments in anime wouldn't really be watchable, because it would be the characters trying to overcome obstacles in their lives and not being able to. It would pretty much stop the whole hero's journey. TM Nerdy was laughing. Chamorro, I thought I just saw I thought I just saw a comment by you and then it disappeared. Did you delete it or something? Maybe. Oh, here it is. So Chamorro said, what's coming up next for the AfroX channel? When we gonna have a backlog bro cipher, brother? That would be amazing, man. If we could get Fable to lay down a beat, and hey, if you guys can rap, that would be amazing. Chamorro, I would love to see you rap. That'd be pretty cool. If Fable wants to rap over his own stuff, that'd be awesome. Yeah, just anybody. And we could even call this song The F is a Backlog Bros. Big Herm says Dark Hawk sucks, TM Nerdy. And TM Nerdy agrees. Skipping down to the bottom of the chat here. If I miss yours, I'm sorry. Dark Hawk is Marvel and Marvel sucks. Cryo Prime says, you gonna do watch parties? Yeah, that would honestly be pretty cool. The only problem with it is if I do a watch party on an anime and I don't censor, or I don't like clip it every 30 seconds, I'm gonna get a copyright strike on my channel. And there was one point where my channel was in bad standing, and that was not fun. I couldn't put custom thumbnails on any of my stuff. But if you could tell me a way to do it without getting copyright struck, I would. Bobby Delaghetto, by the way, I want to say thank you so much and shout out all the new people in here that I haven't seen yet. Nick from Comics Culture and Bobby Delaghetto. Station to you guys, great big station. He says, are you familiar with the movie Alakazam? I believe it's based on the Monkey King. Maybe I'm thinking of Shazam, but I am thinking of Shazam. I haven't seen Alakazam, but now that you say it's based on the Monkey King, I would love to see it. It sounds très interesting. I loved the movie that they made of Journey to the West. It was like made in the 80s, so the CGI is bad, but the story is so good that the CGI kind of gets brought up to a level with it. And then on Netflix, there's the series called The New Adventures of Monkey, which it strays from the story of Sun Wukong, and I didn't really like that, so that's why I watched like one episode and didn't really get into it. Also because it's just in subbed, and watching dubbed, or I'm used to watching dubbed on Netflix, and watching subbed on Netflix is just not, it's inconvenient. TM Nerdy said, "You mean wrap a gift?" Well, honestly, I need help with that too. I'm not good at that. Fable said, "I could kick a freestyle." That's what I'm talking about, Fable. Good stuff. So are we having a gift wrapping party? All right, says TM Nerdy. Nick from Comic Culture says, "Gotta get the kid to bed. Thanks for the lesson, Professor Afro. Congrats again. What's a hashtag? Backlog, bro? I will never know, but it's something that goes strong with the flow." But yes, have a good night, Nick. Thanks so much for coming. By the way, this is the biggest stream I've had so far, I believe. At the top, we had 11 people, which is really, really awesome. The stream that I did on Wednesday, that Robbie and TM and Manuel were on, that got 51 views just in the 2 hours that we were live streaming. So I was blown away. I couldn't say anything at that moment. Most of my videos get like 20 to 30 views, but getting 51 views in 2 hours is such a boon. Tomorrow Cinema said, "I want to hear Nick spit that Tenaki fire." So do I. Big Herm says, "Japanese love to exaggerate on everything." Yes, they do. That's pretty much what anime is exaggerated comics. Like, I don't know, if Superman's fist got really big. Fable, you thinking of a master plan, says Eric. I hope he is. Oh, you put me in the Hellboy song. Let me tell you something about a little man I know. His name is Afro. I like it. Although I am nowhere near the glory that is Hellboy. TM Nerdy said, "I don't have a question. I just wanted to say hi, sexy. Hi, sexy." Bobby Delgado said it's an older movie. Okay. Tomorrow Cinema said, "Just tell us what to watch and we'll do a panel review like PCP movie night." Okay, so pretty much the idea here is that I have you watch like an episode of My Hero Academia and then we talk about it. I like that. But yeah, I mean, that'd be a great idea. Honestly, things that are relevant, or My Hero Academia is relevant right now because on Hulu they just started putting out new episodes for season 5, and what I'm excited about in season 5 is they're now referring to all the kids by their superhero names, which I think is pretty cool. Fable said, "Ooh, I like that anime club." You know, I was in an anime club back in high school. It was called the Japanese Culture Club, though, and it was funny because we had more girls than boys in the club, and so we ended up watching Fruits Basket, which all the girls wanted to watch, instead of Bleach, which all the boys wanted to watch. And that's why, to this day, I've only seen about, like, a quarter of the entire Bleach anime. Like, I saw from the Wekamundo arc all the way to where Ichigo beats Aizen. Oh, sorry, TM. TM Nerdy said, but I'm not watching Gundam Wing. Okay, you don't have to. Tomorrow said, I used to watch Monkey Magic. It was on after Beast Wars back in the day. That might have been related to Sun Wukong. I'm trying to find questions and things that stick out most. Fable just said, let's stick to animes we can easily find, like on Netflix. That's easy enough to do. Eric said, what video games based on anime have been translated the best? Oh, that's a great question, Eric. Well, first we have to think about what animes have been made into video games, and first I have to mention the worst translation that has been done, which I believe was in Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. That game is absolutely awful. The progression is just bad. You get to the end of an area and you can't leave until you've leveled up enough. You have to continuously grind and fight monsters repeatedly, which is really bad. All of the you get to put your character's name in, but they still refer to you as if you're Kirito, which is a huge drag. That was bad. As for the one that got translated over the best, that's hard to say. A lot of them are good. I would say the one that got translated over the best was Naruto. And CyberConnect 2 has had a long time to deal with those games. No, not Naruto. One Piece got translated over the best, and that's because you could tell that the people making Pirate Warriors 4 were actual fans of the manga, because they put manga characters as DLC into the game before those manga characters even got turned into anime, before we even saw them in anime form. They put them in the game. They put in Kozuki Oden. They put in Kintuki. Yeah, and that was amazing. Dude, the people at Omega Force have so much love for the One Piece manga. Okay. I am way far behind in the comments. Okay. Now we're a bit caught up. Team Nerdy says 7 Deadly Sins, Blue Exorcist, Sword Art Online, Soul Eater, Bleach are all on Netflix. Pick your choice. That's the thing. I've watched at least the first. I've watched or know the story of the first of all of those. So tell me, guys, if we're doing this, if we're doing a panel review of an anime, then do you want it to be one that I've already seen, or do you want it to be one that I haven't even seen yet, so that you force me to watch a new anime and be exposed to something new? Cryo Prime said, just finished Death Parade on Hulu. Dude, I'm watching Death Parade on Hulu right now. It is so good. I tried watching it a long time ago, and then I kind of stopped, even though I really liked it. And then I started again, and it's so good. It's just so good. Digimon Cyber Sleuth is good so far. Yeah, as an adult, I don't want to watch Digimon anymore. I'm sorry. I did think about watching every episode of Pokemon. but I found out that you would have to go 36 days without sleep to watch every episode of Pokemon. Eric said, not sure if Nier Automata was an anime, but the game was a trip. Those JRPGs that are anime style are good. I really want to play God Eater, but if I had to recommend my number one anime style JRPG, I'd recommend Code Vein. I beat it. It was a great game. The customization on it is amazing. You can edit your character down to every detail. You can even change what angle and the size and shape of your accessories are on your character. It was lit. Yeah, Code Vein. Definitely would recommend. 10 out of 10 video game. Yeah, I'll give 10 out of 10 afros to that video game. TM Nerdy with the first personal question ever on my streams, which is, what shampoo do you use for your hair? Currently I use dollar store shampoo that's Suave, and it's ocean scented because I like anything ocean scented, and I don't want to beg on YouTube, but if anyone has any body bath products that are ocean scented, please send them to me. Team Nerdy said, nah, let's show these guys some of the best anime. We need them watching these shows. Okay. Well, then, I would like everybody in, let's say, the next 2 weeks. Everybody in the next 2 weeks, I would like everyone to watch the first season of My Hero Academia. Just the first season. And then we can talk about it. And My Hero Academia, well, it's on Hulu. It's not on Netflix. It's on Hulu. Tomorrow Cinema said, TM, they are on the way, brother. I got them in envelopes. They're heading to the post office Friday. That was something unrelated. Fable said, I would recommend Dragon Quest 11. Awesome. I will definitely look into that. Eric said, Code Vein on the list now. Thanks, Afro. Actually, if you give me just a second, I will be right back. I'm going to actually show you what the game looks like. Oh. All right. So, this is Code Vein. It's really, really cool. Honestly, best way to describe it would be, imagine you're playing the game Prototype 2. Yeah, Prototype 2. But then there's also Dark Souls thrown in, and everybody's a vampire. Yep. Prototype 2 meets Dark Souls. Everybody's a vampire, and you have really cool armor. Team Nerdy says it has to be on Netflix. No Hulu in Canada. Okay. You know what? Just because I wanted to watch it again, let's all watch let's all watch the first season of Soul Eater. Just because I've been really wanting to watch it again. So yeah, we can all get into that because I haven't seen that show in years. So in 2 weeks, we will be discussing the first season of Soul Eater. Crab Premises is on Crunchyroll too. Okay. But yeah, we'll be watching Soul Eater, which is in fact on Netflix. TM Nerdy says, nah, it's good. I know someone with the first season. Yes. The best Black Power Ranger voices in that anime. That's Johnny Young Bosch, if I'm not mistaken, because I've heard a lot of people talking about him recently. But yeah, that's that's sounding good. So watch the first season of Soul Eater, and we will discuss it. Does anyone have any more questions? I mean, I know that the actual anime origins part of this was only about 20 minutes long, and that's how long a regular anime origins usually goes. But yeah. So Fable said, so Soul Eater or My Hero Academia? Link said My Hero. No, because My Hero is not on Netflix, and they don't have Netflix, or they don't have Hulu in Canada, which is actually pretty sad. TM said Soul Eater. Yes, that first season of Soul Eater. Bobby Delegato said, congrats on 250. Thank you so much, Bobby. Huge station out to you. But yeah. I wasn't planning on teaching a new Japanese word this week because this is kind of a special week. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys about the origin of this channel, since this is an origins video. I'm going to tell you all about how this channel really came to be. So, long time ago, I used to live in a town called Shoreview in Minnesota. This was about 7 years ago. And right before I moved from there, I had lived there for like 5 months. And right before I was about to move there, I met a guy named Mike. And he had a production studio. He had a production studio that was called Walk the Dog, W-O-K. He was Asian, so it was a joke that Asians ate dogs, which is actually, that joke would not have aged well into 2021. But his production studio was called Walk the Dog, and we were in talks to start a YouTube series that was going to be called Animated in Time. And it would be animated as in, and I made it in time. And that's originally what the channel was going to be. So yeah, that's originally what the channel was going to be. And it was just going to be me standing in front of like a chalkboard or a green screen or something like that, pretty much doing what I did tonight and being on my face and my body, but then also teaching on what subject we were talking about, which would be a different anime character from every week, and the origins of that character. And then I moved from Shoreview, kind of lost contact with Mike. And at one point, I started thinking about starting my own YouTube channel, and I emailed Mike. I said, hey, is it cool if I start my own channel? Can I use the idea we thought of? I just don't want to do copyright or anything like that. And he's like, that's totally cool. So I started the AfroX channel. And the AfroX channel originally was, it started out as variety. My very first video was called My Name is Afro X. It was absolutely awful. And it was me kind of just bragging about myself while laying on my bed, and there was loud music playing over everything I said, so you could barely hear me. And then when I got up to turn off the camera, because I didn't have any editing stuff at the time, everyone could see my butt crack, and that was really, really embarrassing. But it was the first video, and it's been 7 years, nearly 7 years since then, and things have gotten a lot better. I've improved a lot more on my techniques, obviously gotten editing stuff, and now I'm doing live streaming most of the time, or about half the time. Yeah, about half the time. But yeah, eventually down the road, start out as variety, and then in that variety, one of the things I did was I came up with anime origins, which really is it is what Animated in Time was supposed to be, a video series, a segment about talking about an anime character and where the origins for it came from. And eventually, over time, the segment became split into 3 regular pieces. There was the legend, there was the anime character and what they did in the show, and then there was drawing parallels and talking about the similarities between the 2 things in the show. And yeah, that's really what it's become. So yeah, that that is in essence an origin of anime origins. Eventually, at one point, probably about 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago is when I met Manuel, and I was just in the group of YouTube Awesomeness, and I was looking for some other person from Minnesota, another YouTuber from Minnesota, to be to do a collaboration with, because I thought it would boost my numbers. And Manuel helped me out. He was a great asset to add to my repertoire. And eventually, probably about 4 or 5 months ago, I decided to change to the niche of just doing anime, specifically because doing variety was great. It was a great idea. But the thing with variety, and that this I will tell new YouTubers all the time, is that variety is good, but you have to have a niche, or else if you are everything to everyone, then you won't be something to one group of people. And that's why I went into just doing anime, and really music and stuff, because those are my biggest passions. And at one point it came down to, I asked myself, what do you want to do with this channel? And I said, I want to make AMVs. That is my real passion, is making AMVs. And so I'm doing what I'm doing now, but really making AMVs and making nerdcore rap videos and stuff is what I love. But yeah, that's pretty much everything you would ever want to know about or not know about the Afro X channel. But yeah, I'm glad, because that filled 8 minutes of time, which is what I was going for. Just gonna look through the comments here. Manuel said, Eki, and good night, Poon Poon, Dai Sukeme, and Dai Sukeme and Kone Ichiwa. God, you are butchering those words worse than people butchered Naja's name. Team Nerdy said we all have to watch it and we will on the stream talking about it just like Robbie's movie reviews. Awesome. Team Nerdy said, so who's going to be on live with Afro? Has to be at least 4 of us. Or 3. I suck at editing. Tomorrow said, I think Steph and Cryo should be for sure. They are anime. They are animaniacs. Yeah. Honestly, if I was gonna bring people on, I'd want it to be people that definitely had an interest in anime. Definitely had a little bit of knowledge. So, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to leave anybody out, so don't feel bad if you're not picked. But I think I should have Steph, Cryo, and TM Nerdy on, and maybe Manuel too, just to be a moderator. But yeah, Steph, Cryo, and TM Nerdy, I think should be the 3 people that should be on there. Eric said, I'm exhausted, gotta bounce. Afro, congrats on 250. Have a great night, everyone. Team Nerdy said Minnesota is like Canada. It's not, but okay. Like, Canada's kind of weird. And I've been to Canada. Well, I've been to British Columbia. I've been to the fancy side of Canada. Fable said, can't wait till y'all see our collab. Tomorrow said, I'm salty as hell, Fable. It's gonna be awesome, Fable. You made my part easy with the dope beat and vision, my dude. Oh, Chamorro and Fable did a nerdcore thing together, man. I'm excited to see that. I'm a flip when I see that. Team Nerdy said, I do toy unboxings and reviews, and then over on my OnlyFans page, I sent pictures of my knees. There is a lot of weird people out there. Yeah. I don't know what I know what OnlyFans is. I don't know why you would do the OnlyFans thing, but yeah. Okay. Jamal said, I know nothing about anime, but I do know about electricity. So yeah, there's that. You know, that's all anime really is, Chamorro. If I'm being honest, I mean, you think about it, Nejire floats on electricity. Vegeta constantly has an aura of electricity. So anime kind of is electricity, if you ask me. Tim said, for money, why else? Oh, okay. Oh, but I was kidding. Well, I'm glad. Missing said, I'd be happy to be on. Yeah. I would definitely be happy to have you on. Crowd Prime said, I'm game. Anything to talk about anime to people that understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Dude, I'm right there with you. That hits me in the feels, man. Because a lot of people don't get what we're talking about. But it's good to know that there are. All right, that's the end of the comments. Here's where I'm gonna cut this kind of short. I know my live streams are usually 1.5 to 2 hours long, but dude, this was good. Get in it here. This was awesome, dude. 11 people at the top of the time. I'm so glad that you guys got to find out about Nezha. He's such a cool character. I think I want to make him my profile picture and maybe my next cosplay costume. But yeah, I love all you guys out there. Thanks so much for 250 subs. And let's head to, oh, I almost forgot to mention, and I feel really sorry for the people that jumped out early. I am announcing right here, right now, that whenever I hit 300 subs, and hopefully sooner rather than later, but whenever I hit 300 subs, I will pick a random person and they will receive a yes, I said $50 gift card to Amazon. That is my challenge. TM Nerdy said, you're at 251, not 250. That's right, I'm at 251. But yes, if we can get to 300 subs, I will be giving one random person a $50 gift card to Amazon. That being said, have a good night, you guys. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary.